You know, I was actually I was gonna say this.
Good morning, everybody. Joe Chacho here. Happy Thursday. Gotten a lot of agents wanting information on kind of how do they work their old leads, how do they work their own book of business. So we talked about this probably about a month ago. Yet I feel that since we've got a lot of new agents coming on, a lot of even seasoned veterans as myself, we need to kind of be reminded of the old stuff we used to do, because if we don't do it on a regular basis, we tend to forget. So it's kind of like out of mind, out of sight, out of your memory, you forget. Now you're trying to find new ways to do things. So let's kind of talk about working an old lead. An old lead is what we call is paid inventory. When you go to a department store and you see something at regular price, let's say it's on sale, let's say regular price is $75, then you see a little sales tag put for 20% off, 25% off. If it doesn't sell, then from there they'll move it to the sale rack where they've got it for maybe, let's say, half price. Then it keeps going down and down and down. Then they put coupons where you get sale price minus 10%, 20%. So then you almost see it for like $7, $8, something that costs $75, depending on what the product is. So with us, we can't discount it because it belongs to us. We got nobody to really sell it to unless you have an agent in your downline that you can sell them to where you can go work them. So what you got to sit and think about is that it's money you've bought and paid for, something that's already going to be expensed out. You've got a tax write-off on it, yet it's something that could be used at a later date. A lot of agents say, well, Joe, I went to the client's house and they said they didn't want it, they had no money, they had no checking account, they don't want it. When it comes to what we do, we got to believe what happens at the door, yet we need to take a couple soft steps backwards and to kind of sit and think, how can I analyze this situation? There's some people that tell you, get off my damn property, I'm going to shoot you, I'm going to stab you, I'm going to throw a grenade in your car. I won't go back to that house. Yet you're going to go to somebody's house who's going to sit and say, I can't afford it, I don't want it, I got no checking account. How do you really know they're telling you the truth? So you need to sit and analyze yourself when that transaction took place. Did I run too quick? Did I ask the proper questions? Did I just retreat because they made me a little nervous because they said they couldn't afford it and you felt you're wasting your time? Here are my thoughts. It's a lead, whether it's a direct mail lead, a phone lead, a referral lead, a Facebook lead, a lead that was given to you by a friend. You have to sit and say is that it's an opportunity to make a sale. Some agents are not getting their leads filled in a timely fashion as they want. Some agents are ordering more leads. Leads are coming in, but they're not coming in the speed that they want because there's more competition out there. So we've got to sit and do is say, how can I fill the time gaps I have when I don't have a fresh lead to run? First option is you can sit at home and, watch TV. You can cut your grass again, yet those aren't going to pay your bills. So what we have to do is that we got to be somewhat creative to rework old leads, or second part of this call is to work your book of business. If you have a lead that's even 2 years old, 3 years old, it really makes no difference how old the lead is, because people could have had a life-changing event from the period you were there until today. We do know that people send these cards in to other people. How do I know it? I've been to houses before, and my client that I thought was mine, that I owned, they bought something from somebody else because they sent another lead in to somebody. They forgot about me. They bought from somebody else. So with that said, is that the time you went to the client's house, they may not have wanted it, they may not have needed it, they may not have felt they could afford it, yet something could have happened. A parent, a child, a spouse,
a close friend could have passed away, either natural causes or some type of accident, and that person may not have had enough life insurance to take care of himself or herself, and the family had to come out of pocket. And the door you're knocking on may have experienced the heartache and sadness they're going through, and they're saying, man, I don't want to leave my family in that same situation. This could happen last week, last month, or a couple months ago, yet they haven't made a move because there may have been nobody at the door to help them and advise them on what to do. So what you want to do is that when you get an older lead, you can work it two ways. Send this lead in 2 years ago, you didn't want nothing, I thought I'd swing back by. Or if it says 2017 Social Security updates or 2017 updates for Florida, my thought is to get like a little Sharpie and cross out that little 2017, 2018, blot it out. They're not going to sit and say, why did you blot that out? If it has a person's age on there, 57 and 55, you get the little Sharpie, put a little square on it, blot it out. They're not going to sit and say, why is this blotted out? I think I said this in before. And then from there, you're going to highlight the words on the lead that you want them to look at to get their attention. File expense, burial expense. If you have a lead that says life insurance on it. So when you go to the house, you've got no obstacles of what you've got to worry about. Years ago, they had send this card in for free information. If you have a lead like that there is, I'd block off the little word free, because they're going to sit and tell you, oh, it says the word free here, I thought it was free. Now they have it, send this card in for no cost information. So you want to sit and think about, what can I do to go to the house to have the least amount of obstacles, to where hopefully something's going to catch their attention, to where they're going to sit and say, can you give me some more information? That's what you want. Now, when you have not made any sales for a day or a week or so, or you have not made the amount of sales you want to make, what ends up happening is that we sometimes come across with what we call commission breath. We want to make a sale so bad, so quick. What ends up happening is that we start speaking too fast. We interrupt the person when they're speaking. We are hearing to make a response instead of listening to come up with a logical answer to what they're asking. Because we get excited, we all do. Car payments due, house payments 1 month behind, who knows? So we got to just take a step backwards and say, you know something? I got a live fish on the hook. If I pull that hook too hard, I'm going to rip that hook out of the fish's mouth. Same thought process you have to do when you're with this person. You got to go slow. You got to tap those brakes, to where what's happening is that you're actually listening to them. You're letting them speak. You're letting them feel they're in control of the conversation. Yet you're going to direct them down the yellow brick road that you want them to go down, because they really don't know. Now, when you work these old leads, you have to work them as if they are brand new. Good morning, my name is Joe. Just received this card yesterday. Just received it a couple days ago. You want some information. Here's what they're going to tell you. I don't remember sending that card in. I've already bought something. I've changed my mind. Today's not a good day. I've already got another insurance agent. Don't get upset. It's an old lead. You may not have worked it properly. You may not have crossed your T's and dotted your I's when you were there. Now you're a little bit more experienced. You're going to say, you know something? Give me a break. I ain't got time to listen to this nonsense. You're going to listen to what I got to say. You're going to say, you know something? I understand everything you said. Yet my job, my boss told me that I have to work this lead here. And all the stuff you said, a lot of other people I've heard the same thing. Yet if you just give me 2 minutes of your time, I think I can save you some money, or probably get you a better program, because I'm an independent broker, represent 26 different companies, and my job is to help people like you out to get better protection for your family, and also to save you money. You're going to get into every house? No. You're going to get into some houses? Yes. Lead is paid for. You got nothing else to do. Think about it as an opportunity to get your skills sharper, learn how to do better rebuttal thought process in your mind. Think about what you don't do well on this older lead, so when you go to a brand new lead you're going to get tomorrow the next day, you've kind of fine-tuned yourself, you've gotten yourself a little bit sharper, and you've got yourself a little bit more organized, so when they throw you a curveball, you're going to spat it out of the way and say, this is the answer. The thought about working an older lead, some agents say, Joe, I don't want to do it, I don't have time, I want to buy new leads. That's fine, that's fine. Yet, if I've got 100 leads there, let's say 100 leads that I did not sell, let's pick an even number, it cost me $30 each. You got $3,000 of inventory sitting there doing you no good. Granted, you can write it off, but yet I don't need write-offs. I need revenue. I need income to where I can spend more money on leads, to where I get more people, or spend money on my family. That's the way my brain thinks. So if you got $3,000 worth of leads, let's say you go out there and out of those 100 leads, you make 5 sales. Figure it out. Do the AP on your own, do your commission on your own. Just sit and think about it. If you make 5 sales out of 100 old, dried up, worthless leads that are of no value, they don't need nothing, you've actually helped your inventory out, and you're able to still get that $3,000 write-off, but now you got some income to put in your checking account. That's how I want you guys to think about an older lead. Person may not have been in a good mood. They could have been leaving, could have had something negative on their mind. Nothing against you. And when they sit and tell you, I don't remember sending the card in, first thing I'd say is that, totally understand. I wouldn't have expected you to have answered any differently. Since I'm here, can you just give me 2 minutes so I can do my job, so I can tell my boss I was here? He may call you, and I don't want to get in trouble. And do the little poor pity me. Number 1, old leads. Let's talk about working your old book of business. Same thing you're going to say to yourself. Joe, I sold that guy a $5,000 policy. He said he can't afford any more. Joe, he don't want no more. Joe, you're going to come up with all these excuses because in your mind, you feel you have to have a new lead to make a sale. Because that's the way you think. Now, is a new lead better than an old lead? Most of the time it is. Is a new lead better to an existing person you already sold something to? It may be. But here's the advantage of going back and seeing one of your old clients. You let them know you're still in business. You're going to be able to rekindle a relationship with them. You're going to let them know you're still in the business. You're going to find out if they have any family that moved into town, any new children, any new grandchildren, any change of lifestyle, anything that has happened, you're gathering information from them. When it comes to an old client, when you go back and see them, they're going to be so happy to see you because they haven't seen you in a while. You probably haven't sent them a little card. You probably haven't done anything to let them know you're still in business, okay? I use a service called Send Out Cards. That service is there, and what you can do is that you can do what you got to do. Thank you. You can do what you got to do, and then you can schedule it to where you can send out a thank you card. You can send a card out in 45 days about your first payment. Send something out 3 months, 6 months, their birthday again, an annual visit. There's all kind of things you can do to stay in front of that person, and all you got to do is send them a card, a little postcard with your name on it. It's the cost of doing business. So if you sit and you think, if you got $3,000 worth of leads, and you go out and make 5 sales, you go out and make 1 sale, say you go out and make 1 sale, and let's say that commission on that sale is $500. That $500 is found money that you can put into your let me rekindle an old relationship budget, okay? You put that $500 to work for you, the client may call you. Your client may need a Medicare Advantage because now some of you guys are getting into the Medicare market. Medicare Advantage, a Medicare supplement, who knows, okay? They may have gotten a job working with Uber or Link. You may want to sell them a standalone accidental plan. A little bit of money. My thought process is that what can I do to generate different streams of income for me? Years ago when I got in this business, Final expense. All you talk about was final expense, nothing else, forget about it, nothing else, nothing else, nothing else. Well, times have changed. You can still do the same thing, yet we've got different opportunities to make more money. That lead costs you $30, $35, $40, whatever lead you have, it costs you money. Think about if you can go in there, instead of just final expense, one item, you can talk about final expense, Medicare, a supplement, Medicare Advantage, an accidental program, an ancillary, hospital indemnity with a cancer rider or standalone cancer plan, okay? Or that new guaranteed issue we have where you can write anybody no matter how their health is. Use that lead to where you have an opportunity to go into different areas. When you're at a client's house, you say, hello, Ms. Jones, I haven't seen you in a long time, and I got you that policy years ago. Everything's going fine. You've got some cash value with it. I see that there. You need to make any changes on it. You can change the beneficiaries. I see you only got $5,000. That's all you can afford. We've got some new carriers that have come out that actually lowered their premiums because people are living longer. And a lot of the clients that I have now are getting another little small policy to add to what they have to where their loved ones are not left responsible with the whole bill. And a lot of times what they're going to do is that out of curiosity, they're going to sit and tell you, well, how much does it cost? So what you're going to do is you're not going to pull out your little calculator and say, well, it only costs $19.95 a month. You're going to kind of go slow. You're going to look at this as a brand new sale, not as somebody you've already sold, not somebody that you're going to just jump on and say, oh, it's $19.95 for $5,000. You say, you know something? Let me go over some health questions with you to make sure that I get you the best plan out there. Let them feel that you're working hard again for them. Don't let them think that you're going to walk in, $19.95, I got to go to somebody else. Pull back. Pull back, big boy. Get those reins, pull them back, go slow. Let me check and see what's available for you. Your date of birth, 1/1/1940, okay. I assume you're probably still a non-smoker. Okay, let me check in my book. Bring your little flip book out, start looking through some papers and all that stuff there. Saying, okay, I had him with this company here. Who am I going to put him with? Why did I put him here? He was a graded. Now can I give him immediate? What? All these thoughts should be going through your mind. So you say, you know something? After careful consideration, let me ask you one more question. Think of maybe one or two more questions to ask them and say, you know something? Here's the best program for you. And say, this company here will give you this, this, and this. And the premiums are only going to cost you $40 a month more, or it's going to cost you $1.15 a day more. Come out to where it's only going to cost, instead of saying it's going to cost you $30, $40, $50 a month more, say what it's going to cost them by the day. That seems a whole lot less expensive, even when you go in to sell somebody brand new on a brand new lead. $10,000 only going to cost you $2 a day. $12,000 only going to cost you $3 a day. Come up with some numbers, because that high number and that small premium makes it look like God, I'm getting that big amount for that small premium. A lot of agents, when they go out and they write a client, they'll write down a 15, a 13, a 12, and a 10, and maybe a 9, depending on their age. And they write the premium, they write the face amount, let's say like maybe a ½ inch. Then what they do when they write, they write the face amount about this big, and then they write the premium real small, so they look like they're getting a big, big amount for a small, small premium. It's a psychological thing. So by taking your time, working your old book of business, either by calling them, asking them, can I drop off some brochures? We've got a new carrier in town. They've got some new benefits. You mind if I stop by and just drop it off to you? That's it. You don't want to tell them I want to come by and go over it with you. I want to come by and give you a pitch. You're not going to tell them I want to come by and need to make a sale because my car payment's 1 month behind. You're going to sit and say, do you mind if I stop by and drop off this little brochure? I've got to go see somebody right down the street from you. I'll be there for like not even 1 minute. Sure, come on by. Now when you go there, you know what you're going to do. Hello, how you been doing? Long time no see. How's your son doing? Oh my God, your grandkids have gotten so big. I'm so happy you're home. Now you're going to rekindle the friendship, the relationship, the business partnership you have with them to see what you can cultivate from that old lead. You can call them. You can door knock them. You can send them a letter telling them that you'll be coming by to see them. send them a letter saying that if they need anything to call you, you can still go by. My thought is that every time you guys send a card to somebody, it may be costing you a couple dollars, yet you never know what may transpire down the road because you're staying in front of that person. Okay, that's it. I'm going to let you guys go. Have a great day. Heather's going to do the call tomorrow. She told me I can't tell you guys nothing what she's going to talk about. She says she's got some stuff that's going to blow your mind. So make sure you're on the call tomorrow. Appreciate your hard work. You need direct mail. You need telephone leads. You need a data list. Whatever you need when it comes to leads, get with Heather and Jay. Comes to underwriting, get with me. Appreciate your hard work. Hit them hard. Make it a great day and drive safely. Bye-bye, guys.